What's up, everybody? Siegfried True Lane, and today we are going to be talking about my top 5 gacha games. So I will see you guys in just a few minutes. What's up, everybody? Siegfried True Lane, and today we are talking about my top 5 gacha games that I play. Now, a bit of history of me with gacha games. I started playing gacha games when I came to Japan. Gacha games is a big community here. Well, gacha in general. I mean, like, let's be honest, man. Gambling in general is huge in Japan. Even though it's pretty much illegal except for pachinko. So money gambling isn't there, but there's a lot of gambling for just random items and random ass shit. But I figured today would be a good time to go over my top 5 favorite gacha games. However, we're going to start that with a game that people might wonder why it's not on here, and that is Dragon Ball Legends. Now, I played Dragon Ball Legends for a long time. I played it probably 3 months after it came out. Played it up through the 3rd anniversary. Stopped. Played it again around the 4th. Picked it up again. Played the 4th anniversary. And I'm just, like, I stopped playing it, and then I picked it up again a couple weeks ago. Played it for 3 days, and got just done. I mean, and looking at Dragon Ball Legends, the reason it's not on my top 5 is because, to be perfectly honest, every update for this game just becomes worse. PvP gets worse every update. You went from, having a decent amount of rewards you could get to, oh look, we're going to increase the amount, the max rewards to 20,000, but we're going to take away all the free rewards you used to get, or we're going to put them behind a high, like winning 50 battles. And then, they remove that. And think about it, 50 battles, right, in a week, in 2 weeks. That's at least 2 or 3 battles you gotta win a day. That's ridiculous. And now it's even worse. I mean, now it's literally like they took away the rewards from the missions, and now you can get some of those rewards just from placing in PvP. So now there's like 3 different placements in PvP to get rewards. They took away just a daily system where you logged in, you got 40 crystals when you logged in. Made it to where you can get more crystals, but required you to play daily. And if you didn't play daily, it reset. I wouldn't care so much except for the resetting process. And so Dragon Ball Legends, in my opinion, is just absolute crap, doesn't deserve to be on the list, and it is being removed from the list. So this is why it's not on the list. We're going to get into number 5 in just a few seconds. Alright, so number 5 on my list is 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross. Now, this game is a really fun game, has great systems in it, and I'm going to be honest, overall, there's not many problems with this game. There are, however, a few fatal problems, and I think these are problems that hopefully they fix and make better, because I really don't like the way it is now. So let's go and talk about those problems. First, the rates. The fact that these rates aren't being fixed is ridiculous. A 0.25% chance to pull this unit is horrible. I mean, this unit should have a much higher chance, at least a 1% chance. But instead, you've got all of these units, and these banners are always filled with trash. Like, I mean, this is a good one to pull. This is good, this is good, this is good, this is good. That's actually really good for what you need it for. I believe this one is good. Yeah, that one's good. I mean, this is a good support to have. That's good, that's good, that's good. This is one of the few good banners. But even in this banner that has a lot of things that are really good, you still have this one here. I think this is the one I think it is. I think this is the one I think it is. I'm pretty sure this is the... yeah, this one is not good to have. I mean, I wouldn't mind pulling her this one. Not good. That actually has surfaces. Really, I mean, there's no reason for this to be on. It has every single of the fest units which are you can buy at this point in time. No point for this, no point for this. Absolutely no reason these 3 are on. This is ridiculous. Like, this is like first year units. They are absolutely garbage by now. So I'm not a big fan of, number 1, the banner. Now, luckily, they do give enough time that you could actually finish this banner and get 1 copy of this guy. But the fact is, then you get into the next problem, which is PvP, right? And in PvP, you need a couple things, right? First of all, you need to have this unit with max ultimate, really, to compete in PvP. Now, I will be able to get him at 2 minimum. I'm hoping to at least get him to 4. I'm really hoping to get him to 4 so I get the 3 stacks. But it really makes a difference. And then, of course, you have cosmetics, all which cost money or in-game gems. Now, I always go through the in-game gems, but this is going to cost me right here 90, 60, and a 60. So That's 270 gems, right? Because 90 plus 60 is 150. Oh, sorry, 210 gems. That's a lot of gems I have to get, because, you know, this is kind of time-based. That's a lot of gems to have to get to be able to actually play efficiently in PvP. Now, again, there's one thing they'd have to do to fix this. Only one thing they'd have to do to fix this. And there are games that do this, which we're going to talk about later. The only thing they'd have to do to fix this in 7 Deadly Sins is make the PvP system so that when you play PvP, your unit is automatically 6/6, and these have no effect on your character. It's all they would have to do. So it's a little disappointing that they've decided not to do that and instead have decided to double down on this BS of requiring you to spend, will pretty much make it impossible to be free to play and competitive in PvP. Now, in fairness, PvP rewards, you don't really need to be top tier to get them. I get the 60 all the time. But it still is disappointing. You know, it's still frustrating and irritating when that happens. So this right here is my number 5 game. Is it fun? Yeah. Has a lot of benefits. The daily requirements aren't too bad. But it can get a little depressing when you don't pull the unit. And it really would be nice if this pity would not reset but would continue on. So that when the next banner came of the same type, such as a Grand Festival banner, your pity stayed at the same level. The other thing would be if they actually added the damn characters to the shop. This is ridiculous. You go to the coin shop, you get these guys. But you know who you can't buy? You can't buy any of the light or dark characters. I can't buy dupes of her, and I cannot buy dupes of Meliodas. The thing is, I've actually been saving up coins so that hopefully when this came, I could buy the last, 5 copies of him, because that would be 12 coins, and I would have 12 coins. So if I could actually buy the coins, I could actually 6/6 both of these 2 units and have them ready for PvP. This is a real problem, because the fact is that, it makes it to where these units are literally a pay unit only. They're free to play, they're pay to play unit only, and that's a major problem. So 2 solutions. Either change the PvP system so that you're automatically maxed out when you do PvP, or bring these characters to the shop so you can buy with the festive coins. And don't make them these stupid blue, don't make them these green. I'm so scared when they finally bring them to the shop, they're going to actually require the special gold and darkness coins, not these ones. Anyways, let's go ahead and get on to my number 4 gacha game. Alright, so on to our number 4 gacha game. Our number 4 gacha game would definitely be Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. Now, I 100% feel that this game is handled way better than Dragon Ball Legends. First of all, while there is no actual pity system in itself, you do have the coin shop. And this coin shop is updated way better than both Dragon Ball Z Legends and 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross. To the point where the units that were just, the units that, once they come back a second time, you pretty much can pick them up, which is really nice. For example, if we take a look here at the red coins, we can see that we can actually buy the Super Saiyan 4s, or we could buy the Gods. Now, I'm actually not buying either of them, as I already have them, and I want to buy the actually Blue Boys, which I think are a little bit better to actually grab. So, I will say that this is definitely, I feel like Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle has a much better system for collecting units. It is more free-to-play friendly than both 7 Deadly Sins and Dragon Ball Legends. No PvP means that you don't technically have to have the units. It can be really rough when you don't pull the units. I mean, like, I didn't get Gogeta, the Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta during year 5. I didn't get Goku or Vegeta during year 6. So, I ended up having to buy both those units. And here's the funny thing, right? Like, here's the funny. I couldn't get Goku. So let's see. I could not get Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta, right? During year 4. Oh, year 4? No, year 5. During year 5. And look at him now. He's 1 from being rainbowed. I could not pull the Vegeta during year 6. Now, I think he's still only 1 dupe, so I've only pulled 1 of him. And the last one was the UI Goku. Look at UI Goku now. I bought him, then I ended up pulling him 4 times. So, definitely And again, I've been free to play since I think before year 7. Before year 7, so since year 7, I didn't spend any money in year 7, right? I've been free to play, and as a free to play player, I mean, like, I haven't gone free to play for a while. I've been almost free to play for about a year now. I don't get all the units. I mean, I got lucky and got Cooler. I got lucky and got the Goku. I didn't pull the blue Super Saiyan Goku, Super Saiyan Vegeta. Of course, I'm saving for them when they come back. I'm going to buy them. But I did pull this unit. Not only did I pull this unit, I actually got a dupe of him, which is funny. So the thing is that, I definitely feel that Dokkan Battle has a lot more to offer when it comes to a free-to-play build. I do think the game isn't as engaging as Seven Deadly Sins, but I do think that there are times when I just want to sit down and play a fun puzzle game. This is, I think, in my opinion, a great puzzle RPG game, and it's built perfectly. And this is where I think Dragon Ball Legends makes a mistake, and a lot of gacha games nowadays are making mistakes, is that they're built for the phone, but then they want you to play it like a PC MMO. And I don't think that's ideal for mobile games. Mobile games, I think, are a game that you should be able to pop on, play for about 5 minutes, turn off, 20 minutes max. If it's requiring you to play every day for 20 to 30 minutes, I think that's ridiculous. Dailies in this game takes me about 5 minutes and I don't even pay attention. I put it on auto and I go and I do something else. So definitely, I think this game has a lot more going for it. I feel like there is one issue I do with it, actually, and that is the summoning rate. And I do think this is a bit scummy, but they don't actually give us the guaranteed feature individual summon rate. This is a problem. This is a problem because of the fact that this means that, for example, the Goku and Vegeta, the Vegeta and Trunks, could be a 0.1% chance, and then every other unit has a higher percent chance than them. Not a fan of this. I really would like to see them give individual rates in the future, like Legends does. Hopefully we'll see that, but I don't expect it. So Dokkan Battle, a fun puzzle game. I do have a giveaway up currently. If you haven't seen it, go see it. Just, leave a comment on the video so that I know you have, I know you're in it. And I will be giving that account away in about 2 days. I think definitely a fun game. Good game to start with if you're looking for a game just to start and chill and relax. Perfect toilet game in my opinion. Perfect game to do when you're in your bed. You just can't think of anything. For me, I'm a huge Tetris fan, and anything that's puzzle that has a little bit more than just impossible puzzle mechanics, I like. And I think this is good because it doesn't have those impossible mechanics where you have to constantly spend on extra stamina to beat a mission. So, definitely a fun game. I think they do a good job. My number 4 gacha game. We'll be right back with number 3. Now, this one may be a bit of a surprise to see Genshin Impact as a number 3. However, we will go into that in a bit. Genshin Impact, I feel, is the new generation of gacha and mobile gaming, where we're seeing it becoming more of a PC port that is made playable on mobile. Now, with that said, I do not think that this game is the best on mobile. This game also, I feel, has really bad monetization when it comes to, collection. Now, does this game have a pretty free-to-play friendly base compared to almost every other gacha game? Yes. The fact that you have a pity that doesn't reset is amazing. It's really good. Like as you can see here, I'm almost to pity here. We are, I think, at 70 now. So, what is it? I think 70. Should be at 14, right? Yeah, we're at 70 right now. So this will be 71. We're gonna do 71 here, so we can get a 5-star and on video here. We cannot, but I mean, like that's the thing, right? Like, I definitely feel like Genshin Impact is quite free-to-play friendly, has a lot to offer for your average player. A very chilled game. I actually personally like the fact that they didn't add a lot of endgame content to the game. I do wish there were some things that I do wish could be changed with the game. I wish that exploration is a little bit better. It definitely needs some error. I feel explanations are very good. I wish the story could be skipped. I do think some of the characters and some of the story isn't as good as they like it to be. And I definitely feel like Genshin Impact is definitely a lot more greedy than other gacha games that are following this impact. And I think that Genshin Impact has also created kind of a community of toxicity when people create games that are anywhere near that genre. With that said, I do enjoy Genshin Impact. I play it pretty much every day, along with a couple other games. I've logged into this game. The only time I took a break from this game, actually, there was a time I was going through a bit of a depressive state, and Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker just released, and I'm going to be honest, like, when that released, I I really took a break on this game to go do that. So I didn't log in, I think, for about a month. Which during that time period, you know, I did other things. I mean, I did my dailies, but I didn't actually play the game. So I didn't get Albedo's new weapon, which would have been really nice to have. And I think that's one thing. Some things in this game I think could be fixed. Number one is event weapons, bringing them back, making it a way to get those event weapons to, you know, fully done. If you missed it, what else? Like, I don't have any complaints to the game. I do wish... Okay, there's one. The shop. Let's be honest. I mean, this... It's going to be in yen, but $100. This is $100 for, I think, 5 multis. That's not good at all. Like, you're doing $100... You're paying $100, and you're not even guaranteed to get a 5-star character. I think that's ridiculous. I think for $100, you should be able to get a 5-star character. And we take a look at other aspects, such as not only getting the character, but then getting their weapon. If you're going to be a person who wants to max out your characters in this game, just maxing out a character itself, just getting your character to Constellation 6, right, is going to cost you, well, it could cost you, let's just say, for that, let's say you need 90 pulls, at worst case scenario, 90 pulls times 6 times 2. You need 1,080 pulls to 6 a unit, right? Now, each of these pulls is going to cost you 160 Primo Gems. That is 172,000 Primo Gems. Divide this by 6... No. By... I think that's 880. That is $2,100. Just a 6 a character with worst RNG, it's going to cost you around $22,100. That is ridiculous. And that does not include the weapon, might I add. When you take a look at the weapon's even worse. The weapon is easily going to let you double that, because you could have to get both 3 5-star weapons. Which means that you're looking, if you want to, you know, R5 a weapon and 6 a unit, you're looking at about $4,000 in this game. And I think that's extremely greedy, especially when you don't know if that character is going to stay valid or not. Now, Zhongli, definitely one of those characters is going to stay valid. And to be fair, you can have good RNG. I mean, like, my Zhongli is 6 stars, and this did not even cost me, I think this cost me about $500. You know, like, that wasn't bad, right? I mean, like, I got lucky on this. And this was, of course, over time. But think about it. $500. I'm saying $500 is not bad to just Constellation 6 a unit. That's how bad that system is if you think about it. Do I regret doing this? No. Zhongli's on every team. So, I'm really not that bad. Like, I don't regret it. Now, if you're looking at just collecting units, I think that, you know, you can easily collect units without having to worry too much about C6ing them. I don't think it's not as... The thing, too, is it's not a necessity to C6 them. It definitely can make things good, and some characters kind of want that first or second constellation. But for the most part, you don't really need to C6 them. I C6 both Zhongli and Ito because I knew Ito was going to be my boss killer, and Zhongli's shield makes him a healer, so I knew that it was going to run really well if I did that. But definitely number 2 game. It can get boring at times. The events, they have some fun events, they have some dumb events. I would like to see this game made a bit better. I am hoping to see it, you know, just some good changes to the game. Maybe add in some more stuff we can do every week to get some more Primo Gems. I think the Primo Gems are honestly quite greedy if you think about it. I mean, unless you pay money, you can only get 600 twice a month. That's 1,200. Plus 60 a day, which, you know, I mean, like, 60 times 3, that's 90. That's only 900 Primo Gems. So that's only able to get 2,100 Primo Gems a month as a free-to-play player. Now, if you do buy the $5 pack, it is worth it, as you're going to get an extra 90, which is, like, you know, definitely much better if you think about it. I mean, that 90 Primo Gems times, you know, 30 is another 2,700, plus you get another 300 on top of that. You mean, you're already doubling what you would have gotten before. So, 1 second. 60 times 30. Oh, sorry, I made a mistake. It would be 1,800 plus 1,200. So, free to play and get 3,000, right? So, if you pay that $5, you're going to double what you get. Definitely worth the double, I think. So, I think if you're going to play Genshin Impact, you definitely need to get the $5 pack. With that said, let's go ahead and jump into game number 2. So my number 2 gacha game, I will be honest, might be a bit controversial, being above Genshin Impact, but that is actually Tower of Fantasy. Now, I really think Tower of Fantasy personally is a much better game. I do see a lot of videos that I think are personally, like, I don't want to say that Tower of Fantasy are haters, but I think they've let certain decisions that were made in the past affect them. And I do think that there is a level of entitled gamers where they get mad at being treated unfairly with certain things, right? And I think it comes down to the saying that life is unfair. So I think that Tower of Fantasy is a much better game than people are giving it credit for. It's less selfish than Genshin. Like, Genshin Impact isn't that bad, but it's also following a system that's now 3 years old, or 2 years old. And Tower of Fantasy has taken that system and really made it better. I mean, you have your normal banner pity here, which you can get an SSR at any point in time, and it doesn't reset, so you're always guaranteed at least 1. But you could get 2, 3, or even more, and you're always guaranteed at 80. The cost of summons is less. The black nucleus is you can just farm these non-stop and get things, which is really fun. The featured banners have their own pity system. The downside that this does have over Genshin is that in Genshin Impact, you can actually, do the whole saving up for a character you want and summon, and then if you lose the 50-50, you're guaranteed the next character. This, it doesn't work that way, I mean, I could get to 80 and not get her, but once I get to 120 of these, I can get her. Which means that I would really want to save around enough coins to do, 12 summons, which would be about... What would that be, actually? I can do the math real quick. So, obviously, it's not as easy. Like, that's the one thing I think that Genshin has a benefit of, is that, you can spend regularly. For this, 18,000 is going to guarantee you the unit. But, again, that's if your luck is really bad and you lose the 50-50. But if we're doing the same thing in Genshin, right, you use the 50-50, you're going to have to do, up to 180 or 18 multis versus 12 multis. So if you're looking at from a fresh pity for both, this is better. If you're looking at non-fresh pity, where in Genshin you can actually, okay, I lost a 50-50, but maybe I'll win, that means I get the next one guaranteed. Genshin is better there. I will say, however, though, with money spent, compared with money spent, I spend a lot less money whaling in this game. And even in this one, right, like I got a 4-piece matrix set, and I have this all done. I mean, definitely I feel this game is much easier to pull dupes in. The weapon shop is also great. I mean, this thing has like a double pity when you take a look at it. Not only do you have the pity to guarantee a 5-star, but you have the weapon store where you can buy the weapons. So once you pull the weapon, you pretty much pick the weapon you want. Then of course you have, the specialty stores down here, which guarantee the fan. This is how I got my 6th fan. I definitely feel like this game overall is a lot more generous than Genshin. I know a lot of people like to complain, and that was, one of the videos I saw where they were complaining about something. They said how, comments talked about how people were talking about how this game is more generous than Genshin. Now it's not. Nah, dude, look. Still more generous than Genshin. Right here, you're going to get, you get your 5 multis, right? And then on top of that, you also get an extra 2 of these. So, let me say 6480 plus 1300 divided by 1500. So, I mean, this is going to give you the 5 multis. And this right here actually gives you that bonus 20 here, right? I mean, these are some... I'm not a big fan of the December gift. I think this is kind of crap. But a couple ones they had are pretty good. Now, the issue, I think, is that people tend to have the life's not fair mentality, and I think that's a really bad mentality to have, because reality of it is life's not fair. That's just reality, man. If you're gonna go around thinking life is gonna be fair, you're always going to be, in my opinion, disappointed. Life's not fair. This is a Chinese game. It's Chinese first, and yeah, Chinese might get better deals in the beginning, but that's just the way it's gonna be. And in my personal opinion, if you're gonna get so bent out of shape because of it, you might need to find a different game to play from a different country in general. And I will say, one thing that kind of irritates me that I see a lot of videos do is the whole Oh, this, like, I think the last one I saw, which was by, I forgot his name, pretty much how Tower of Fantasy is pushing their players away and killing their own game. Look, I'm sorry, dude. Like, first of all, if you think that not giving the exact same deals as China got is going to kill the game, you really are dumb. Because I have seen Gacha Games do way worse than this. And Tower of Fantasy is not that bad. It's not that greedy compared to what I've seen. If you take a look at Dragon Ball Legends, where I spent $1,000 to get a copy of Vegito Blue, versus this game where I spent $400, and for $400 got the 6-star fan with the matrices, or $400 got this with 3 matrices, or this with 3 matrices. If you're gonna sit there and try and tell me that this game is gonna kill itself when Dragon Ball Legends is surviving, and when Dokkan Battle is surviving, and Seven Deadly Sins is surviving, games that, in all honesty, require way more than this does. And on top of that, this PvP system actually evens all your weapons out, so you don't need to upgrade them for PvP. I'm sorry, man. Like, that's kind of what I think, personally, to be honest, kind of gets at me with people when they complain about this game. I don't care if people have an issue with the game. I think that's fine. And I think it's it's good to voice your opinion and voice your problems. I don't, however, think it's good to sit there and talk about how the game is killing itself, or they're pushing their players away, and how the game is dead. And I think that is what makes those YouTubers, in my opinion, or those content creators, haters. Not because they're complaining, but because they're taking something and turning it into a, oh my goodness, something huge and dramatic. Like, with the mount, right? They had like a really expensive mount that, to be honest, looked like shit. Who cared? But that was what they wanted to do. Anyways, Tower of Fantasy, I know there's been some videos talking about how bad it is. Guys, it's not that bad of a game. It's really good. It does have some issues. It's not perfect. That's why it's number 2. But it's a great game. And we're not going to get into my number 1 gacha game, if you haven't guessed it yet already. And our number 1 gacha game is Honkai Impact. Honkai Impact, I feel, is the perfect ideology for a game when you're looking at a game that you want to be played with a good free-to-play option, very good events, overall just a fun game, good rates, everything. I definitely feel like Honkai Impact is the best game of all the games out there. I think it has what Genshin has, but more. There's a lot more endgame content in it. You have you have this event right here, which I got to start doing. You have just a lot more you can do in this game than I think you can do in other games. So definitely feel Honkai Impact is the better of the 2 games when it comes to what can you do to enjoy the game. I think that Genshin Impact suffers from being too big too fast. That Genshin Impact doesn't actually update their systems, really update their gacha systems. Honkai Impact does a good job, I think, of updating their starter systems and updating everything. Another thing is that Honkai Impact really has a good mobile and PC system. So I really can't think of many complaints in this game. It's just overall a really good game. I mean, I didn't have to I didn't have to wail hard to get every unit in this game, and I have every unit now, and I didn't really have to wail hard to get them. So it's just really overall, I feel just a strong game. Has a lot to offer, and I definitely think that if you're looking for a good gacha game to play, yeah, the beginning can be a little rough to get through. But once you get through the beginning, I think this game has a lot to offer, and I think it's a lot of fun. So, definitely my number 1 game. Anyways, guys, we're coming to this video. Tell me in the comments, what are your favorite gacha games, and why? I will see you guys in the next video. Secret Your Lane, signing out.